Oh boy, this was a rough game. This was a rough game. Unfortunately, I was not able to live stream this game for reasons. I'm not going to get into that, but I was unable to live stream this game. But, I mean, if I'm being honest, it was a good thing because this was not a great game to watch. This was actually rough to watch. It was a little bit brutal to watch because, one, the game wasn't as interesting as we would want it to. So, yay. The uninteresting Thursday night football games are back. But I can deal with that. It's still football is great. What sucked about this was the injuries that were happening. So many injuries, man. McCaffrey suffering a hamstring injury. We don't know his status moving forward. The rookie Horn, he suffered an injury for them. J.C. Horn. It's just like people were just piling. The injuries were coming, and it was just like, man, this game is getting tough to watch. All these players just suffering injuries, and it sucks to see it. It's part of the game. You know, these things happen. You don't plan for injuries. It just happens. But it was tough to see. You know, McCaffrey was looking like he was going to have himself a night, and then he just goes out, and it's tough. But, yeah, in terms of the game, Sam Darnold looks like he's found himself a great home with Carolina because he's playing so well for them. He's being smarter with the ball. He's not turning it over, and he's making some fantastic throws, moving the ball down the field, putting points on the board. That's what you want to see from Sam Darnold. Him getting away from the Jets could be the best thing that happens to him in his career. Panthers defense pretty much did what they needed to do, especially in the second half. Like, they completely, locked in to make sure these guys didn't do anything. So, yeah, it was a good win for them, but at the same time, it feels like a loss. They took the victory. They took the dub. Congrats to them. What are they now, 3-0 on the season? First time the Panthers are 3-0 since 2015. So it's great for them to start off 3-0 and great for them to get this win. But you've suffered injuries to several of your players. That's where it feels like a loss. If McCaffrey's compromised for several games, that's going to hurt them down the line. So who knows what's going to happen with that. The injuries are tough, but hey, at least they got the win. Yeah, offense pretty much doing their thing. You know, that was a bit of a scare for DJ Moore because he was actually on the sideline kind of sitting down, and it looked like he got himself hurt. But it seems like he's fine. Everything was good with that. He actually went back on the field, so he's cool. But the injuries in this game, the injuries were tough to watch. But yeah, offense did what they needed to do to win and seal this game, especially in the fourth quarter. They went down the field, scored a touchdown, and put this game out of reach because the game was still there in the fourth quarter. It was an 8-point game, so, you know, the Texans could have made a play. And, you know, made a play, made a drive, go down the field, tie it up, 2-point conversion. You know how it is. They could have done that. But, you know, Sam Darnold got the ball back late in this game, went down the field and closed it out and pretty much put the game out of reach. So good for the offense for getting that done. Good for the defense for shutting down the Texans. As for the Texans, man, I mean, this game was just rough. I mean, defense, you know, the defense was giving up quite the amount of plays. Like, they were giving up throws. In fact, that secondary was not doing a great job. If Darnold could have hit a little bit more on his deep shots, he really could have torched this defense because, like, secondary was not doing a great job covering the receivers. They were giving up a lot of big plays. They were giving up a lot of yards underneath. Sam Darnold had a good amount of time to throw, but he was also making plays. In fact, speaking of Sam Darnold, he didn't throw for any touchdowns, but he has 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. So, yeah, he was using the legs here, man. Utilizing the legs, getting in the end zone. Good for him. Doing whatever it takes to win for his team. That's what you want to see from Sam Darnold. He looks so comfortable in Carolina. But yeah, the defense of the Texans, yeah, didn't really do much in this game. You know, they made some stops here and there because, again, Panthers, as the injuries started to pile up, it was like, man, this game's getting rough. But overall, defense wasn't able to make enough stops to slow down Sam Darnold in that offense, and that's why they were able to come away with the victory. As for the Texans offense, they started the rookie Davis, his first ever NFL start. And the rookie actually ended up getting his first NFL touchdown of his career. He got that just before halftime. He had a nice drive down the field with the 2-minute drive, finished it off with a touchdown pass at the back of the end zone just before halftime, making it, a 7-6 game just before halftime. It was nice. It was nice. So he showed some flashes, but not much to expect from him. He's a rookie. It was his first game. He showed some flashes, but he also had some moments where he just didn't look great. But it's not even his fault, though, because in the second half, oh, man, things got brutal. When I said that Panthers front seven started coming after him, that Panthers front seven was coming after him. Like, the game just ended 5 minutes ago, but we're watching the final minutes of this game, and it's pretty much out of hand, and the Panthers defense continued to get at this man. He fumbled the ball. They swarmed him, and he was crushed. It's not like he threw his arm and they swiped it. No, they swarmed him. The Panthers front seven swarmed him, got a hold of him, and they ended up squeezing the ball. Like, they just got a hold of him. He's holding on to the ball, and he's starting to fall down. The ball just pops up. It just pops out of his hand. They recover, but it's just like, man, that defense just swarmed him. He was taking some tough hits. Even when he was getting the ball out of his hands, he was still getting smacked on the floor. The Panthers front seven, they got ferocious in the second half, and they did not stop. They continued to punish this rookie. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself towards the end of the game, like, bruh, get him out. Get him out. What are you doing? Get him out the game. It's over. Like, let him, bro, you're done. You're done. You don't need to risk your rookie here. You're done. Get him out the game, coach. Speaking of that, one funny thing here was David Culley, former passing coordinator for the Ravens, now a head coach for the Texans. They were talking about this on Twitter too. It was like a 4th down and 4. It was 4th down and 4 in like the Carolinas territory, like the Carolina 39 or something like that. It was 4th down and 4. It's a 7-6 game. And instead of getting aggressive there, he chooses to punt the football. And I'm looking around like, why is he punting the football? It's a 7-6 game. You're in Panthers territory. This should be a good chance for you to not only test that rookie out and give an opportunity, but to get a little aggressive and see if you can try to take the lead. Why are you punting the football here? What's with being conservative, man? Where's the aggression? Come on, man. You got to test your rookie out there. I didn't like that from him, but hey, he's head coach. We'll see how that works out for the Texans. Okay, other than that, man, this was just an ugly game. This was just an ugly game. It was a tough game. The injuries made it brutal to watch because you hate seeing all these players go down. But again, it is part of the game. It's an unfortunate part of the game, but it is still part of the game. However, you just got to deal with it. So yeah, the Panthers are able to come away with the victory, but it also feels like a little bit of a defeat because of the injuries they suffered to Horn and to McCaffrey. So we'll see how those injuries, look down the line. But if they lose these guys for the next several weeks, or if it's something even worse than that, it's going to be rough for the Panthers because they're looking nice. Obviously, they're not going up against the toughest of competition. We get that. Though I'm just saying against the Saints, that the Saints destroyed the Packers and then they destroyed the Saints. So it's like, that week 2 matchup was nice for the Panthers to be able to take down the Saints. Then again, that is a divisional matchup. And whenever it comes to divisional games, it don't matter how good or bad a team is, it could be crazy. But yeah, they took down the Saints, so it's not like they had beaten bad teams. They beat a good team. So the Panthers, to start out the season, look nice, but if McCaffrey's compromised down the line for the next couple weeks, that's going to hurt them. So who knows what's going to happen with the Panthers this season, but you can't think about that for now. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll get the update later on the injury in terms of how much time McCaffrey may miss, as well as Horn and the other injuries they suffer, but it is what it is. Anyway, they got the dub. That's all that matters. As for the Texans, they lose this game. They fall to 1-2? Yeah, they fall to 1-2. It is what it is. There weren't a lot of expectations put on the Texans this year. So, it says Tyrod is probably out for, who knows? Who knows how long he's going to be out for. But consider the fact he's going to be out for some time, maybe even longer than what some people are expecting. Texans aren't really going to be doing that much. So, it is what it is. But yeah, with that being said, that's all I got. And I'm out of here, man.